History remembers great kings not just for their victories but for the preparation that led them there. One such legend is Chandragupta Maurya, a boy who rose from humble beginnings to become the first emperor of unified Bharat. But behind his success stood the brilliant mind of Acharya Chanakya, whose strategies shaped his every step. This is not just a story from the past, it is a blueprint for success that applies even today. Just as Chanakya trained Chandragupta for war and governance, his methods can help modern students prepare for their biggest challenge, board exams. In this video, we will dive deep into the training techniques used by Chanakya, revealing how discipline, strategy, endurance, mentorship, and action turned a student into an emperor. If you are preparing for your exams, stay till the end, because the wisdom of Chanakya can transform not just your studies but your entire approach to success. Let's begin. The sun had barely risen over Takshashila when a young boy, weary from travel, arrived at the gates of the great university. His clothes were torn from the journey, his feet bore the marks of long days of walking, but his eyes burned with an intensity that could not be ignored. He was Chandragupta Maurya, a child of destiny, yet at that moment, just another student seeking knowledge. Standing before him was Acharya Chanakya, the brilliant strategist whose mind had already shaped the fate of kingdoms. He saw in the boy not just a student but a future king, one who would unite Bharat and overthrow tyranny. But for that, he had to be trained, molded, and sharpened like a sword in fire. "Do you wish to rule, Chandragupta?" Chanakya asked. The boy hesitated before nodding. "Yes, Acharya. But I do not yet know how." Chanakya smiled. "Then I shall teach you. But be warned, ruling a kingdom is not just about power, it is about discipline, strategy, and resilience. If you learn as a king, you will rule as a king. If you learn as an ordinary student, you will remain ordinary." This training was unlike any other. It was not just about memorizing scriptures or learning the art of war. It was about preparing the mind and body for the greatest test, leading a nation. Today, students preparing for their board exams can learn from the same strategies Chanakya used to train Chandragupta. Success is not about last-minute effort but a systematic approach to mastery. The discipline of learning is the foundation of success. Chanakya's first lesson was simple: discipline is the backbone of greatness. He made Chandragupta wake up before sunrise, practice meditation, and begin his studies with a sharp mind. His daily routine was fixed: learning, training, strategy, and reflection. For modern students, board exams are no different. The greatest mistake students make is studying without discipline. Just as a king cannot build an empire in a day, one cannot master an entire syllabus in a week. The key is consistent effort. A structured timetable, fixed hours for study, and a balance of revision and practice create the foundation for success. The art of strategy: smart work over hard work. Chanakya did not train Chandragupta to fight every enemy directly. He taught him the power of strategy. A lion does not chase every deer in the forest. It waits, watches, and strikes at the right moment, he said. For students, this means understanding what to study and how to study. Many spend hours reading books passively but fail to analyze patterns, identify key topics, or focus on what is important. The true strategy for exam success is analyzing past question papers to find frequently asked topics, smart note-making rather than blindly copying from textbooks, active recall techniques like writing from memory instead of rereading, understanding the core concepts rather than memorizing blindly. Like a warrior choosing his battles, a student must choose what to focus on based on weightage and importance. The power of endurance overcoming mental barriers. Chandragupta's training was grueling: long marches without rest, exposure to extreme conditions, and endless mental tests. Chanakya knew that a king who gives up in training will fail on the battlefield. Modern students face their own battlefield, the exam hall. anxiety, distractions, and self-doubt weaken even the brightest minds. The key is mental endurance. Just as a warrior trains his body for battle, a student must train their mind for stress. Chanakya's method for mental strength can be applied today. Morning affirmations. Start the day with a mantra, I am capable. I will succeed. No challenge is too big for me. Simulated test conditions. Practicing mock exams in real conditions reduces fear. Breaking comfort zones. Studying in different environments, solving unexpected problems, and exposing oneself to challenges toughen the mind. Fear is the greatest enemy of success. Chanakya made Chandragupta walk through forests at night, not to punish him, but to teach him that fear exists only in the mind. Students, too, must conquer their fear of failure. The importance of gurus and guidance. Chanakya was not just a teacher, he was a mentor, a strategist, and a guide. He knew that no king rises alone, he must have the right counsel. He trained Chandragupta not just in knowledge but in surrounding himself with the right people. For students, mentorship is crucial. This means seeking guidance from teachers who provide clarity, learning from peers who uplift and motivate, avoiding negative influences that bring down confidence. A king is only as strong as his counsel, and a student is only as strong as their environment. The power of action, taking initiative before the war begins. Chanakya made Chandragupta study not just in theory but through action. He sent him to observe courts, speak to soldiers, and engage in real-world decision-making. A king who waits for the perfect moment never finds it, he said. Students, too, must stop waiting for the perfect moment to study. The habit of delaying preparation until the last minute is the downfall of many. Procrastination is the greatest enemy of success. Instead, adopting an act now mindset, starting early, staying consistent, and engaging actively leads to mastery. The final test are the Battle of Takshashila. Years passed, and Chandragupta had transformed from a boy into a leader. He had learned discipline, strategy, endurance, and leadership. But Chanakya knew that real training could not be completed until he faced a real challenge. He took Chandragupta to Takshashila, a city under the rule of an oppressive general. The task was simple: win the people's trust, gather allies, and overthrow the tyrant. It was not a test of brute strength but of everything he had learned. Chandragupta used strategy, patience, and intelligence to rally the people, and soon, Takshashila was his. His training was complete, he was now ready to challenge the might of the Nanda Empire and establish the Maurya dynasty. The lesson for students preparing for boards. Board exams are not just tests, they are the Takshashila of today, your moment to prove your preparation. The same principles that made Chandragupta a king can make you victorious in your exams. Discipline, consistent study and structured routines. Strategy, smart preparation, prioritizing important topics. Mental endurance, training the mind to stay focused and fearless. Mentorship, seeking guidance and learning from the right people. Action, starting early and staying proactive. Just as Chandragupta emerged victorious, you too will succeed, not just in exams but in life, if you train with dedication and wisdom. As Chanakya said, a person who trains his mind can conquer the world. Your battlefield is ready, your weapons of knowledge are in your hands, and your success lies in your preparation. The time to act is now. The training of Chandragupta was not just about war, it was about preparing the mind to lead, to overcome obstacles, and to achieve greatness. Board exams, too, are not just about answering questions, they are about proving to yourself that you have the discipline, the strategy, and the endurance to succeed. Chanakya's teachings are timeless. Whether in a battlefield or an exam hall, success comes to those who prepare with intelligence and consistency. Discipline creates routine, strategy makes study effective, endurance builds resilience, mentorship provides guidance, and action turns potential into reality. The same fire that burned in Chandragupta's heart burns in every student striving for excellence today. The question is, will you train like a king, or will you wait for luck? The choice is yours. The path to success is clear, and the time to walk it is now. Prepare, persevere, and conquer. Your victory awaits.